The Oklahoma City Thunder are making serious noise in the NBA this season. And now there's talk they might be eyeing a big move before the trade deadline. But here's the thing, why would they even want to? This team is already on fire, sitting at 35-7 and holding down the top spot in the Western Conference. They've got the second best record in the entire league, just behind the Cleveland Cavaliers. So, what's the deal? Are they looking to get even better, or is there something else going on behind the scenes? It's got everyone wondering what's next for this powerhouse squad. Stay in the loop. Want to know what happens next? Hit that subscribe button to keep up with all the latest trade buzz and Thunder news. The focus? Brooklyn Nets forward Cameron Johnson, a player who has quickly made a name for himself as one of the league's most efficient and promising young talents. He averaged 19.1 points, 4.1 rebounds, and 2.9 assists per game this season. And he has been an elite three-point shooter ever since entering the league. But is a trade for Johnson the key to the Thunder's future success? Let's explore the reason behind it. The Thunder have been straight up dominating this season, so why would they even think about trading this guy? Let's break it down. In this season, Oklahoma is crushing it with a 35-7 record, sitting pretty at the top of the Western Conference. They've also got the second best record in the league, just behind the Cleveland Cavaliers. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who the key player of OKC, has been leading the charge, throwing himself into the MVP conversation yet again. But it's not just Shai. This roster is stacked. The Thunder are one of the league's top teams on both offense and defense, making them a nightmare for opponents. This team leads the league in defensive rating, allows the lowest effective field goal percentage, and forces the most turnovers per game. In other words, the Thunder's championship-caliber defense requires no aid at the trade deadline. Oklahoma City's offense is loaded with talent and has the ability to dominate any team. They've shown creativity, speed, and versatility in their scoring approach, making them a tough matchup. But there's a clear issue holding them back: reliable three-point shooting. Right now, they're sinking just 33% of their threes when defenders are in the area, and that's a problem. Playoff defenses aren't going to give up wide-open looks, and it's something that hurt them last year against Dallas and again recently in the in-season tournament against Milwaukee. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander needs more dependable shooters around him. Sure, players like Aaron Wiggins can catch fire. He dropped 15 points in the fourth quarter against the Knicks. But there aren't many shooters on the roster that defenses really fear. That's where someone like Cameron Johnson comes in. He's been an elite three-point shooter since his Phoenix days and has developed into a solid perimeter defender too. His wingspan makes him versatile on defense, and his shooting would be a game changer for OKC. Adding a player like him could make all the difference for the Thunder. A standout at the University of North Carolina, Johnson was drafted 11th overall by the Minnesota Timberwolves in 2019, but was quickly traded to the Phoenix Suns, where he made a real name for himself. After a few years in Phoenix, he was sent to the Brooklyn Nets in the trade of 2023. He is known for his deadly shooting, solid defense, and high basketball IQ. This season, he's been lighting it up, shooting 48.8% from the field. A real off-ball threat, he's hitting 40.6% of non-wide-open threes. And if you include those easy looks, his three-point percentage climbs to 42.3%. Here is the deal. If OKC wants to grab the Nets roster, they'll need to cough up something in return. The Nets are probably going to ask for a young, promising player, plus 2 first-round picks in any trade talks. But the protections on those picks and the potential of the player could totally change how things go down. So, what would a trade look like for the Thunder? Well, they've got to match Johnson's $22.5 million salary. But here's the catch. OKC sits below the first salary, meaning they can take on more salary than they send out, something most teams can't do. Now, OKC is hard capped at that first limit, but they still have $16.2 million in space below the threshold. That's more than enough to keep things smooth. So to make it work, OKC will need to trade at least $15 million in salary to the Nets for Johnson. Here's another option, sending Kenrich Williams and Nikola Topic together. Topic is exactly what Brooklyn's looking for, and he's not really adding much to OKC's playoff push this season. With RJ Mitchell stepping up as a solid bench ball handler, Topic might be seen as more expendable by Presti. The Thunder could throw in some draft picks to sweeten the deal and make it work for the Nets. 2 first-rounders should be the max though, since the team's already losing key players. A trade for Johnson will definitely cost a fan favorite and some prime draft picks. But Presti's got to figure out if it's worth it soon because the Nets are in full-on negotiation mode. If this deal happens, the Thunder would land another top scorer, giving them a real shot at making a title run this season. And here is fun fact. Several teams, such as the Sacramento Kings, Memphis Grizzlies, and Indiana Pacers, have been linked to Johnson. However, the 28-year-old is staying focused and tuning out the rumors. If the Thunder can snag Cameron Johnson, it's clear he'd be a perfect fit with their squad. The offense already revolves around their young stars, especially Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who's one of the most exciting scorers in the league. But there's still room to grow, especially when it comes to outside shooting. That's where Johnson steps in. His elite three-point shooting is exactly what the Thunder need to open up the floor. With the game shifting more and more toward a three-point style, having someone who can consistently knock down shots from deep is huge. Johnson's 42.9% from beyond the arc would be a game-changer, giving the Thunder the space they need to drive and dish, especially for guys like Gilgeous-Alexander. On top of that, Johnson's off-the-ball movement and ability to catch and shoot would be a perfect match for the Thunder's fast, ball-moving offense. His ability to make those sharp cuts and get open would give playmakers like Gideon Williams even more options, adding another layer of depth to their attack. And it's not just his offense. Johnson would bring a ton of value on the defensive side too. His length and athleticism make him a nightmare for wings and forwards alike, giving the Thunder even more flexibility with their defense. Pairing him with guys like Gilgeous-Alexander and Jalen Williams would make Oklahoma City a tough, versatile defense that's hard to break down. In conclusion, the Oklahoma City Thunder are an exciting team with a bright future, and the addition of Cam Johnson could be the move that propels them to the next level. His shooting ability, defensive versatility, and playoff experience would make him an excellent fit for a team in need of a reliable wing player. While a trade for Johnson isn't guaranteed, it's clear that the Thunder are in a position to make a move that could solidify their future success. Whether or not this move happens remains to be seen, but one thing is certain. If Oklahoma City can add a player like Cam Johnson to their roster, they'll be in a prime position to compete for playoff contention in the coming seasons. What do you think? Should the Thunder make this move? Drop a comment below and let us know your thoughts. And if you want more NBA updates and trade rumors, don't forget to subscribe to stay in the loop with everything happening in the basketball world. Catch you in the next one.